guys, Running Kimono here. So in today's video, I'm going to just take you on a summer tour of my stockpile. This stockpile is looking exceptionally thick, so I'm trying to organize a little bit, so I'll just come back and do a couple of clips as I'm going along. This video is not to brag or anything like that. I just coupon pretty much every week, and you can amass a lot of this stuff as you go along. I give this to 5 members on my husband's family and then some of my extended family as well. But because of everything that's going on in the world, I haven't been able to see family in a really long time. Not even to just go and drop stuff off. I mean, that's just not happening. I have been mailing a lot of paper products, and I'll show you my paper stuff in a second, but it looks really different, and I'm just going to explain the method to this madness. And if everything continues, like even with the holidays, because that's when I usually liquidate a lot of this stuff. My husband comes from a very large family, so I usually make everybody, like, you know, a basket full of stuff for Christmas. That might not be happening this year, you know? We just don't know what's going on. So that being said, we're just going to do some organizing because I'm really getting tight on space. And I have been donating to the local SPCA. Specifically, they're looking for food. So I brought a bunch of food last week, and I brought some paper towels as well, and some cleaner. So I'm going to show you that because you're going to be very surprised by my paper section. But I already did a little bit of tidying. This little shelf right here, I had a bunch of those Renewsit cones. Oh, we have really loud mice upstairs. And I've been putting it in these laundry baskets from the Dollar Tree, $1 a piece, and it's a very good storage hack for like weird shaped products like these cones. Like, I usually give my mother-in-law a bunch of those, and I haven't seen her in a very long time, and to mail her like a 26-cent cone, I mean, I'd rather just see her and give her a bunch of stuff. But I'm going to show you what's been going on with my stockpile, and how, like, stuff is just getting cram jammed at level 26, and I'm gonna try and do a bit of organizing today because it's looking like a mess, as best as I can. So I wish I had like a 13-year-old son right now to help me with this, because this would be a great project. Probably not so much for him, but you know what I'm saying. And then over here, as you can see, I gave so much paper away, and a lot of the paper that I gave away, you know, it's gone. So I've been putting like containers here, which has been great. And I've been kind of migrating a lot of my paper to upstairs. So, you know, it is what it is. Now, this is an absolute must, this dehumidifier. If you have your stockpile in the basement, it's been about 100 degrees every other day, so it's just really nice to keep all of your paper and products fresh to run this thing for at least an hour a day. Over here, my husband gave me this cart, so it has a lot of overspill products. Anybody came over that wanted stuff, you know, here it is. And then up here, just extra shelving my husband put up. So, okay guys, so check this out. That is a lot of friggin' hair dye, and just colors. Like, I'm not a blonde. This is one item I'm trying not to buy anymore because, I mean, that's a lot. So I just have it in this little tote. I think these totes cost about $7 or $8 from Walmart. Look, it's not even gonna, I'm gonna see if I can close that. I'm trying to make room on this shelf. Oof. It's so crammed. How does this happen? Okay, so I'm gonna stack some of this soap in here, and then I have another one full of razors. So I thought I could stack one on top of the other. So I'm just in the middle of just uncramming a bunch of boxes, and I have a cat that wants to come in here too. So it is quite the process. Ugh, it's not fun. And just to show you over here, I'm trying to put lighter stuff. So, I mean, this is just some wood right here. So my fear is that it would break in half because it's too heavy. So a lot of the heavier soaps and stuff, I'm just moving away. So that's why paper is ideal here. This is a whole bunch of hair dye, so it's not too heavy. So I will check back in a bit. I've been going for about half an hour. This is not a fun project today. Hey guys, so I have been moving stuff around. Like, I don't think I've ever done a reorganizing thing this heavy duty in a long time. Like, it's really next level organization. Again, light stuff up here, and I think I might even move that hair dye somewhere else in my stockpile room. And then over here, I'm going to be putting these little like back to school college totes. They're usually $2 in like end of September, October. I'm gonna raise it a bit. I might put it on a plastic something or other, and then just stack 3 of them on top, and I'm gonna put nothing but razors. So if this pig ever explodes, or the water heater, you know, something happens, they leak sometimes, it's razors. I don't really care. And it's going to be raised about 2 or 3 inches off the ground. So, I mean, hey guys, so I have been working for about an hour. I am like sweat city. I'm like really sweaty. And I've managed to move stuff around where it looks like I have more space, which is really weird. And I'm going to fill up that shelf, of course. And then as you can see at the top, all of my soap right there in containers. And then this I got to organize because it's a hot mess. And then I have a bunch of these. I'm gonna have to figure something out there. Empty. And then over here, cheap razors, and then just weird shaped items. And then this looks like it has a lot of space. So I'm gonna have to figure something out here to maximize it. And I kind of accomplished putting the lighter stuff on that shelf. And then there's a couple heavier items, but I'm gonna move that around as well. I'm gonna figure something out. Okay guys, so I know I showed you a video that I shot earlier in the week of my stockpile like before, and it is kind of been changed around. Sorry about all that slamming upstairs. I have my I have a little robot vacuum cleaning up upstairs. So I just want to show you kind of what I did. I think that this is the sort of thing that once a year, if you have a stockpile as big as mine, this is something that you should be doing, is to look at your inventory to make sure that nothing spilled or exploded, and weird things sometimes happen. So why there's a cat bed right here is that we have a little cat that likes to hang out down here, so that's her shelf. So I'm losing all this space for her, but she's fine. She's not in here right now because I don't know, she's just been kind of climbing around little pipes and stuff because she's a little acrobat, so I don't want her doing that for the video, and I don't like it when she does that either. It's quite dangerous. But anyhow, back to this. Once a year, mandatory, go through all your stuff. And a lot of you might be thinking like, oh, you should sell all this stuff. You should do this. You should do that. I give a lot of it away to family and to different not-for-profits. I gave a huge donation recently to the SPCA. I didn't make a video on it because I don't video everything that I do. And also, why I won't resell right now is because the unpredictability about what's happening in the world. And I'm not saying that if doomsday happens I need this much stuff, but if I can't make it out to the store for 2 months, and that actually happened this year to me, I have everything that I need right here, including like a lot of like cleaners and soap and all that stuff. And for a lot of family that need extra soap, extra whatever, I have them covered because I have a lot here, you know. So that's how it works, and that's my rationale behind it. And people might say the opposite of me, that I should just, you know, sell everything or give everything away, but you have your stockpile, so when something hits the fan, you are prepared. So that's what I'm thinking. So anyhow, down here, it was a big mess. I bought these totes over at Meijer, which is a grocery store here, $6.99 a piece, very good price. And I have all my stuff toted away. And then I just put more detergents up here. And then I have a little bit more room. Put the soap there in those little containers. It looks really great. I love how the vacuum is like right under my head right now in non-stop. Okay, I found a new spot for my Dawn, Dollar General. If you are not a Dollar General shopper, you should probably change that because it's a really fantastic store. Over here. And then down here, little cubby space. I've been hauling a lot of that stuff over at the Dollar General. A lot of those nice smellies. Put the hair dye back there. And it's just looking a bit more organized than what it was, because it was a real mess. Like, everything was just crammed. It wasn't... It's like a fight going on upstairs. Everything was super, super crammed, but it's looking a little better. Okay, so over here, guys, more organization. I want to get some square totes. That'll happen sometime soon. I've been putting a lot of these different, like, you know, scent beads for the wash there. And then over here, lots of my, you know, laundry pods. Extra thing of paper towel there, too. A lot of the bar soap that I've been hauling lately. Hand soap, and just an empty one of these. I found these at Walmart for $1 and some change, like $1.48 or something like that. So I got 2 of them to go right here. And then more of the paper. And at one point, a long, long time ago, this used to be nothing but paper. So now it's like a little bit of paper, a little bit of products. And I'm putting a lot more paper upstairs. In that same area, this is a photo from a couple years back. So as you can see, it used to be nothing but paper. So another shot here of just this one corner. My husband put up some shelves. and we have the little cart and all that fun stuff, and then a whole bunch of sprays and hand sanitizer and all that good stuff. Stuff I've been collecting for the last many, many months. So there it is. I thought it'd be really fun to show you before we bought the house. This home actually sat empty for I think 4 years. It was foreclosed and then it was flipped, and the person who actually flipped it took a bath on it because the house didn't sell right away. And I think it was just there was just a problem with some items around the property with a well and some other stuff, and some sort of like chimney. And for whatever reason, those two things really halted the sale of the home. But when we saw the home, we knew we wanted it right away. And of course, got the items fixed. The realtor worked with us. But this is what the basement looked like from the previous homeowner. And they lost their home to a foreclosure. And I always wonder what they would think if my stockpile was in their basement, but they still lived in the house. Like if they walked down there one day, what they would think. Like what would this be like for people that just had like 3 cans of paint and a couple of totes and some Christmas decorations to go back down to their laundry room? Did you ever wonder like how people would react to something, or would they be like, how did Walgreens end up in my basement? Like I always wonder that. I kind of have like a weird like kind of sense of like, what I think is funny sometimes. And I often thought about those previous homeowners, what they would have thought of that. So, but anyhow, I just wanted to show you just a couple different versions of my stockpile because I have rearranged it a couple of times. And like this was when I first moved in, and I just had the very cheapy Planko shelves from Menards, and I just had my things up. And I remember the first time to see your entire stockpile on display, like that was pretty cool. And often like a laundry room or like a garage where you can really air out these products so it doesn't capture a scent in a room, so it's not so strong. That's the best place to keep it, because sometimes if you have it in a spare bedroom, the spare bedroom right away will start smelling like soap or something like that, unless you love the smell of soap. And then this was, I think, in 2016. Like look at all the Lysol wipes and stuff. And that's one item I always went really hard on because we have cats, and they're always making messes, and this is one product that you always needed a lot of. And back in the day, always free, or it used to be like, 6 for like $1 and some change at Meijer. It was almost free. So I just look at that and I'm like, wow, everything that we're going through today, that's something that you would like never ever find. But like that was my stockpile in 2016. And just to show you, this was probably my stockpile maybe like last winter. And it's looking pretty thick, but some items have completely gone, like all the Tide Pure and Clean, all the Let Me Shine, all of the foaming hand soap my mom used, and then all of that cheaper detergent is all gone too. Actually, I think most of this I've cycled through. People always ask like, well, how long do you keep it? For about a year, and then either family gets it or it's donated or used. And this was my pride and joy, and it's not a thing anymore. I'm hoping to build the paper back one day, but it was very thick with paper for the longest time. But I've since used a closet upstairs to put more paper storage in. It's just easier for me. And the final shot here, guys, is my stockpile today. Some of those totes with the lavender top, and then just it looks a lot different, that is for sure, than what it did before. So, it's always a walk down memory lane. It's always a good way to make sure that if you have something leaking, or, sometimes certain items, over a time, even though it's a cool, dry space, they can store weird or can even leak or spill. So it's always good to go in, double, triple check that everything is looking, good, and like nothing has exploded and not corroded 100 other bottles. And that's happened to me before too. Anyhow, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.